Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fifth installment in my commentary series. This time we will be discussing a message sent to me via YouTube from a former member of the UN, Hawk. I believe he's kicked out from the UN, however, I'm not 100% certain on that. At this point, I will have an image of this message on the video itself, but I will read it aloud as well. This message read, I do have a topic. Recently, members have been leaving or been kicked out when Panther 130210 is an officer and have joined allied clans, mainly because they've been in the clan longer and have worked their butts off for the clan and aren't even as high as Panther is in the clan. Panther came in about a month ago and rose through the ranks before people like me and I punched bars and anime men and a couple other people. I think Shadow is treating him more than the rest of us. Panther is the leader of the Rangers now, while Nate Dogg was kicked from it. When I Punch Bars should have gotten his friend's position for leading another squadron of Rangers. Panther 520 something got that position. I think Shadow is treating people unfair, and if you come up to the leaders about it, they're not going to do anything because Panther 130210 starts an investigation and gets you kicked out. As I said, that message should be on the screen right now, so you can read that for yourself. So I'll be discussing a couple various things here. First off, who is Panther? Panther, I believe there are three Panthers actually. Their gamer tags are very similar. If you simply multiply the 130210 by 2, you'll get the middle Panther. And if you multiply that again by 2, you'll get Panther 520, whatever the rest of that number is. So at this, as these were former members of the clan Third Echelon. This clan was around back when I was in V100. V100 have neutral relations with them, however, their clan was ended by a rebellion. So that kind of points out that maybe they aren't the most competent leaders. That's not to say they aren't, but at least their track record does not show them as being extraordinarily competent leaders, seeing that their clan was ended by a rebellion, which caused them to later join the UN. As regards to quick rise through leadership, this is somewhat justified. I mean, as I said, these guys do have former experience with leading clans. However, to my knowledge, only Panther 130 was the leader of the clan. The other Panthers may have held high positions, but were not leaders. So I think the incident where Panther 520 overtook a position from a person who should have gotten the open slot, I think that was kind of uncalled for and shows a slight abuse of power there. I would question as to whether or not the other Panthers had influence in getting him that rank. As I said, they are taking up positions that do belong to other people, and I think that's not necessarily Panthers' abuse. However, I do think they could be pulling each other up through the ranks, assuming, well, obviously there are at least two. I'm assuming all three of them are in the clan at this point. But as I said, if one gains a higher rank, he could simply help to recommend that the other Panther gains a higher position in the clan and promotes him accordingly. So that could also help to explain their quick rise through the UN ranks. This, once again, I pointed this out in Fall of the UN. It's very typical for a lot of UN officers to be kicked out. As I said, Hawk, I believe, was an officer here, got kicked out of the UN. Who else? He mentioned another person here. It would have been Nate Dogg, former leader of the UN Army Rangers, was also kicked out. So once again, it shows the hypothesis I showed in the Fall of the UN, where officers, when they gain a high enough rank, try to influence the clan and do get kicked out. And at this point, it started to become even more threatening to the UN because it appears to be happening at a lower rank. Hawk points out here that people who are lower ranks in the clan were kicked out when they tried to question Shadow and JB as to whether or not this treatment was fair. When these questions were raised, as I said, the Panther 130 tasked himself with launching an investigation, resulting in getting these people kicked out. And this also ties in really nicely with the recent events regarding UN Overlord. I'm not sure if Panther had a involvement in his recent removal, but it does stand to question the fact that maybe there was some, maybe the voting there was a little biased in regard to the council. simply because it could have opened up a higher slot for another Panther to obtain. I'm not saying that is factual, but it's just my personal hypothesis. But as I said, if it is true that Panthers are simply launching investigations into people who are questioning the clan leaders about this event and getting it picked out, I think that's very detrimental to the UN clan collectively, because they are kicking out members that have a genuine concern for the clan, and I question Panthers' motives as being more personal than helping the clan as a whole. I'm assuming these members are being respectful in the way they raise these questions, but if they are, I think it proves even further that Panthers are abusing their power. I believe I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly. As I said, if anyone has any questions for me they wish to have my opinion on, if I don't know enough about the situation, I simply will respond to you saying I can't do it. If I think I had a decent amount of information on the situation where a response was able to be done. So at this point, I'd like to thank everyone for their time. If you have anything you would like to have me post on or discuss about, simply send me that in a private message or post it below. Thank you for your time. This is Power Out.